Alrighty. Hopefully the audio's coming in just fine. We'll light this candle here in a second.
Minus 10, 9, 8. We have a go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Rockets and Radios. Hey, Bob. Good morning, Chris. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Rockets and Radios for the 10th of May, the 9th for you guys. And yeah, so not a whole lot to go over this week. It's kind of a busy weekend for us over here. We had our club meeting yesterday, which I'm a little disappointed about. It was a busy week, so there wasn't a lot of prep done for the club meeting. Hang on, let me bump up my audio there. Oh, maybe we should try this. Talk into the mic, right? I have it maxed out, I believe. Oh, audio captures up. Getting the Blackstone ready to cook. You know, I've been meaning to get a Blackstone, just like my grill, though. Will probably just sit outside, and not be used. I do like grilling. I like smoking the meats more than anything. But it's just a clean. Like I'm very particular about my grill. I don't like it to be dirty. So. You know, it's always a chore to clean it afterward. So, you know, I would love a Blackstone. I just don't think I'd use it. Let's see. So, yeah, the club meeting yesterday, it was kind of a last minute thing. We did MCOM prep, intro to Aries type of thing. It was okay. A lot of people weren't aware of SSTV. I mean, given the age demographic, we did have a guy show up to the meeting, and he's like a SSTV whiz. So he helped out a fair amount. He should be testing here before the new license, the technician questions, the pool change. So. He seems like a smart kid. Well, he's not a kid. He's probably my age, but no, he's probably younger because he's still in the Navy. Anyhow, he's a Navy IT guy, so he's pretty tech savvy. So probably looking much like Nicole in the chat. You know, very what do you call it? Very smart in the realm of technology. So let's see. What did I want to start with? Chris, I finally got my NASA order. It only took 2 months. So I'll show you what else I got here in a second. Chris says, so you got a storm coming through. My backyard is no bueno. I don't know what that means, Chris. You got a storm coming, but what's the matter with your backyard? Put away the chickens and, shelter up. Chris K9YSW says it was a gift, so yeah, I get it. Well, and another thing, too, about the Blackstones is they're large and in charge. They're heavy. So it's one of those things. I have a perfect place for it. And I'd love to get one, but if they had you know what I really like that I wish I never got rid of was the Traeger Ranger. I mean, it suitcase size smoker. It will fit 2 butts, and I love that thing, man. But it's heavy. Again, it's heavy. The cool thing is you can plop it. You can take it with you and plop it anywhere you want to go. Not that I want to do mobile smoking, but you know, if they sold another Traeger Ranger, I'd probably get it. I do love, pork butt smoked, and you can do so much with it. Just douse it in, brown mustard and. Oh, I didn't even think of that, Bob. I do have gas lines in my house. I could do that. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. I'm going to base here after the live stream. I'll check out, see what they got. They're not as expensive as they used to be either. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what goes. How's the poll looking like for my moon mustache? I was thinking this was going to be the last stream with the moon mustache. We'll see what you guys think. Oh yeah, let's head over to the bench. I want to start. Yeah, I'll show you what I got from the NASA store. Get this out of the way. Bring my mic over. I don't know what that was. So I got the worm sticker, the mission patch. Pretty nice. One of my regrets is I only got one sticker of the mission patch, so I don't know where I'm going to put it. And then I got the Orion patch. It's pretty nice. Then of course I got the shirt and the worm hat. I didn't have a worm hat, so you got 4. Yeah, I should have got more stickers. Hey, good morning, Nicole's son. How are you, buddy? I don't want to say your name over the live stream, but you know who you are. Good morning. Welcome to the chat. Okay, so let me go over some. What do I want to do here? No, let's save news for a second. Let me go over what. So, Ham Radio 2.0, Jason. He does a. Let me see if I can pull it up. He does a monthly well, not monthly, but he does a subscription box. And I signed up for the general, and I just got the first box. Now, keep in mind, it took about a month and a half to get here. Let's see, where do mystery boxes. Let me go over to my screen share. So here's his mystery boxes. You can start with the technician, which is $40. General mystery box is $74.99, which is the one I got. And then the amateur. No, what did I get? I think I got the amateur extra. So I got the amateur extra box. And then there's the leftover mystery box. So I got the amateur extra, I believe. I vaguely remember paying $109.99 because the next one just dropped, so I paid for that one as well. And I think it's bi-monthly. So let me click on this here. Every other month, yeah. So every other month, and you get various different items in here. Just make sure, as he says, make sure you put in your proper T-shirt size, and that'll be good. So it sounds like there's a T-shirt in every box, which is cool. One thing that I was kind of chapped about, and I know it's stupid. I do like his Ham Radio 2.0 stickers, and on the outside of the cardboard box, which I meticulously peeled off the box, he put, and I don't have one of these. I don't have a Ham Radio 2.0 sticker in OD green. I'd show you, but I meticulously peeled it off the outside of the cardboard box and stuck it on my stream desk. But it was an OD green Ham Radio 2.0 sticker. For those that don't know, OD green is God's color, and it's my favorite color. So yeah, there wasn't another OD green, so I'm gonna send a request to have him add a OD green Ham Radio 2.0 sticker. The other one that I like is the black shiny one, the reflective. Anyhow, so let's get into this box. Let's check the chat. Nice, I got 4 stickers. It looks like you are keeping the moon stash so far. Yeah, Nicole, I love mystery boxes. I was a big fan of what the hell was it? Not there's a survival. Let me see. Tactical subscription boxes. Not so I was originally subscribed to the Tac Pack, but that's more AR-15 driven. I haven't signed up for the battle box yet. There's another one out there. I'll think of it. Anyhow, so let me go over here. Bring you guys with me. So here's the box. So kind of a can cooler type of thing. I mean, I'm not going to use it. Whatever. We got a Monkeys Fun and Function kind of carabiner keychain type of thing. I don't know if I can bring you guys any closer. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me go over this shit. So I'm a big fan of Write in the Rain. So Write in the Rain notepad. Always have a notepad on you just to write stuff down. You get a 10% off CountyCom on the Amazon store and to QYT's Etsy store. I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't know what you can get in there, but I think that's probably a HT mount. And then a free SWR magazine. Let's see. SWR free gratis. Oh, the Ham Radio 2.0 sticker and an Eat Sleep POTA repeat. I don't POTA, so that sticker will shortly be out of my possession. I haven't even opened this, so obviously I didn't get an OD green sticker. So the two coolest things in this box. Wait, where's that damn shirt? So I like this shirt that came. Stand back, I'm going to try ham radio. And that about sums it up. Pretty good. I like that shirt. So the two coolest things that make the box. So I'm going to start with this. This is, I don't know if you can see it, Jitterbug. It's a soldering kit, and I'm assuming it makes the bug jitter. But it's a learn how to solder kit. So this is perfect for my son Maverick to learn how to solder. I think this is one of the coolest things I've seen in a subscription box. So Jason, if you do ever see this, keep up this type of stuff. This is awesome. And then of course the piece de resistance of the subscription box is the Faraday antenna with his logo on there. The only complaint I have about the box is it would be cool for him to put a description of the items in the box. So I know what, I mean, I'll just put it on a meter or a meter and test what that antenna is for, but there's multiple different antennas on the Faraday Etsy. So I don't know what frequency that's for. So it's either GMRS, 2 meter, or 125 or 6 meter. So I'll throw it on the meter and figure it out. Oh, let's see. I really hate when they put stickers on the box but don't give you one. So, I mean, I got a white sticker, but, I mean, it's not that cool. I stuck it to my desk already. Otherwise, I'd show you the OD green sticker. But like surgery, I peeled that thing off so it would stick on something else. Green is my favorite color. Crayon color. Chris, were you a were you a Marine by chance? Green is my favorite color. Crayon color. I don't know if you're a Marine or not, but BattleBox. Yeah, so the guy that owns BattleBox, I forget his name, but his videos are fantastic, and he's a super cool dude. Yeah, he's a good guy, and I like his videos, and he breaks it down for, elementary school level for people to understand what he's talking about. But he does seem very amateur radio driven, so it's pretty cool. Every time I hear Tech Pack, I hear Donut saying it, Tech Pack. I'm assuming you're talking about Dungeon Crawler Carl, Chris, but I don't know because I haven't got that far in the book. Yeah, BattleBox is cool. I'm trying to think of what the hell the name of that box that I was getting. And so BattleBox Crate Club? No, it's not Crate Club. It is Crate Club. Oh shit. All right, here, let me show you this. Crate Club. So the reason why I stopped doing Tac Pack is I don't enjoy hold on. Let me get I don't AR-15 ever. I think it's a useless round, and that. And Chris, no, I do not POTA. There's nothing that gives me enjoyment of sitting outside because it's going to rain every single time. It doesn't matter what time of day; it's going to rain, and it's hot, and it just doesn't interest me. I mean if you want to consider me going out to, one of the peaks out here and working satellites, I guess you could and I could activate every single time. If I worked a satellite from a POTA, I could activate it every single time. With IO86, it's always a pileup, so I could activate just on satellite. So, oh, Chris, are you a KD9YSW? Are you a member of his channel? Is that why you were able to see that that video? I saw that he had posted one, but okay. So this is Crate Club. What's inside? So I really liked the Crate Club. Oh, Donut Operator. Okay, yeah. No, that guy's cool. So you have 4 different levels. I believe I was getting the major. The general is $200 every couple of months. The reason why I really enjoyed the Crate Club is you get a knife every single time, and they're good quality knives. Man, I haven't got one of these in a while. But you get a lot of good quality gear. You get go boxes, you get knives, you get up here there was a slingshot. You get the tactical stocking, gun lights, you get good first aid stuff, tomahawks, you name it. So it's and there's a lot of lights. I'm a big fan of these med packs. There's always something in here. Like the last one I got, I think I got one of those Grail filtration cup things. Pretty cool. They gave me a gas mask in one. It's super cool. And the general, I'll show you the general. I may sign up for just one of these just to see what I get. But you get a hammock. I mean, very cool stuff. It's well worth the money. Subscribe. Here we go. So $199 a month. Maybe I was getting the captain. I don't remember paying $200 a month. But the general quarterly, $400 quarterly. Yeah, so that they're big fans of My Medic. I like My Medic, but I usually strip it and build my first aid kit on my own. And then annually $1,400. So does that sound like a deal? I guess. But anyway, Crate Club. So if you guys are interested in a tactical subscription box, this one's well worth it. I was subscribed probably, I don't know, for 2 years. By the end of it, I had like 2 shoe boxes full of knives of various design and quality. So anyhow, let's see. Donut operator. He did a video and it was for 2 meter. Okay, so yeah, it gave me a gas mask. I don't even know what I did with it. Anyway, it wasn't like a mill gas mask. It was like a civilian type. Yeah, the Nicole, those My Medic kits are very, very well done, but there's a lot of stuff that I will never use, no matter what the situation. So I usually dump that stuff and add more trauma driven stuff. And oddly enough, I keep one in both the Jeeps, the larger one, and it came in real handy one morning when I was driving to work. There was a semi driving down south, and he had literally no lights on the back of his truck. But be it as it may, a drunk driver was bombed past me going probably about $120, rear-ended him, and he was all mangled, and I actually pulled off. I was the first one on scene. I pulled off, and I was able to rip my first aid kit off right, and that's what I love about it. You just unclip the top and rip it down, and you take it with you. And do bleed stopping, and it was a wild morning. The general is a savings. Okay. So let me see. All right, so let me get into. I'll drop this. Oh. Copy. So I'm dropping my FM satellite sheet again for those that want it or need it. And hopefully, there you go. So that is going to get a hard update this week. There's a lot of changes coming, and I will go through that here. Okay, so I need to really move this mic. It's in my way. Anyhow, okay. Here we go. I'm going to start with this. So for those interested in SSTV, Arctic Sat, one of my favorite SSTV birds, RS-74S, is currently at an altitude of 320 kilometers, which for those that are, following space, that's not that high, and will soon re-enter the atmosphere. A farewell broadcast may be transmitted via SSTV on frequency 435-890 before the satellite deorbits. And that should be happening this week. So keep an eye on those passes. If you're able to catch it, that'd be a good catch for SSTV. You probably submit for a certificate. But this one transmitted SSTV really clearly. And this was the one, if you guys are familiar, they always had the octopi drawings from the kids. So always some fun images on there. So yeah, if you're able to track these passes, try to get on there and try to catch that while you can. Oh, another cool thing while I'm in here. So, IO-86 is an Indonesian satellite, and what was cool is there's a few. Hey Dale, good morning. So there's a few operators in Indonesia that have an in with the satellite designers and operators. So PR TechSat will post a schedule every week. And this is what it generally looks like. This is what it looks like during the week. This is generally kind of the the usual for their schedules, but he was able to convince the satellite operators and owners to get me in on the schedule. So they've added 4 activations for the voice repeater specifically for Indonesia to Guam, and I'm generally the only operator on this satellite from Guam. There's one other guy that comes in every now and again. Hey, Paul, what's going on, buddy? So it's really cool to work with those guys to get them to schedule me an activation on the voice repeater for IO86. I just thought I'd share that. One of the goals here is we're trying to get the distance record for the satellite. Currently, it's being held by Brazil, but there's some operators I'm working with in Indonesia that have a plan for us to bring the distance record for IO86 back to Indonesia. So it'll be Guam to Indonesia. And if I can get my FSM license, get on ROTA, I can get up a grid and be able to get even more distance. So I thought that was pretty cool to be able to get onto IO86's schedule. I thought that was pretty sweet. Looks like I'm keeping the stash. I can't, for whatever reason, Paul, I don't know if this is the same for you, but I'm trying to see looks like I'm keeping them. Yeah, okay. I'll leave it open for the rest of the stream, I suppose. All right, so that was in other news. So I'm sure everybody is aware, and if you are not, here we go. So this is SSTV Series 32. It has started. It started 2 days ago for us, a day ago for you guys, and it will end on Tuesday, May 12th. So 16:30 UTC. So this is a bit different. So the frequency is going to be 43755. Obviously adjust for Doppler shift, but you should be able to catch at least 2 images without, messing with the Doppler shift. Transmit power from them is 10 watts. It's going to be in robot 36, not PDT 20. So remember, it's on 70 centimeters this time, not 2 meter like it usually is. And the mode is robot 36, not PDT 120. So 36 seconds on, 2 minutes off. So in theory, you should be able to get about 4 images, 4 to 5. So keep an eye out for that if you guys are into SSTV. At the very least, record it if you can, and then decode it later. I won't get my Arrow antenna until probably Friday. Going to have to get the next round. You're that's right, Chris. You're picking it up at Hamvention, aren't you? Again, I would say get the one with the diplexer in the handle. You can always take it out later, but for easy use and having it ready to go while you need it, just get the one with the diplexer. This is the one that I went with here. So a lot of people use the Type N connectors. I wanted the PL259s. Just for my use. The good thing about this one here is you have 60 dB of isolation, and you get 800 watts low pass. High pass is 500 watts. The diplexer is really, or duplexer as they call it, but it is a diplexer. Just get what you think you need. But I wanted to remove the diplexer from the handle, just so when I get my 9700, I'm able to use more power if I need to with my Arrow antenna, and I need a diplexer anyway. The keenest of peaches. Nicole says that's the one I'm getting. Nicole, what are you getting? You're getting the diplexer or the Arrow? I want to try to record it with the 310. I can yeah, Chris, let me know how that works out. I'm very curious as to how. So I did the mod to the 150, the what is it, the speech processing mod. Let me see here. ASU. I forget what the hell it's called. You know what? Let me just do this. Okay. And then you go to recommended parts. Here we go. Not the BU5. Here we go. The FVS2 Yaesu plugin module. So I plopped this in the radio, and keep in mind this thing's tiny, tiny. I'm trying to see. But anyhow, so when you plug this into your radio, the radio starts to talk to you, and it allows you to use the record function in the radio. But I think it's set up to 5 minutes of recording, which doesn't do you any good for a pass, especially if you're working SSTV. You know, you want the full at minimum 12 minutes so you can get the entirety of the pass. I don't know if that's accurate, Chris. Does your radio talk to you? That's the question. FTM 310. I don't think it comes with that, Chris. I gotta be honest with you, buddy. Oh, no, ASP. AESS dual speed. Because I got the SP1. What was I just on? FVS2. SP1. Bluetooth capability. So Bluetooth capability is available via the optional BU5. Let's see. Display, split memory function, hands-free, GPS, APRS, AMS, APO. Yeah, so yours, it doesn't cut. If it says, oh, recently viewed, hold on. Back to results. Oh, there it was. So if you go into see more specifications, recommended parts, the BU5. Yeah, so this is a recommended part for the radio. DX is very good about it. Just get it, just to put in and have. It's worth it. It's $39. You open the radio, plop it in, close the radio. All right, let's see. Let me check out. I won't get my Arrow antenna until probably Friday. Mine came with the art. Yeah, so I got the FTM 150 rasp, and it didn't come with it. So if you get a chance, if you're able to grab this from DX Engineering, if they have it at the show, get it. I mean, it's cheap enough. That does the FVS2 does not do the rasp. Something I don't have. I can already do the recording, supposedly. Yeah, and I saw that, Chris. I saw that this does record. So one of the main differences I saw was that this will record without the FVS2. So I don't really know what you're gaining with the FVS2, if that makes any sense, other than the lady talking to you while you're changing channels. Oh, that's just lucky. 45 minutes away from the house. Man, that's a good deal, Chris. What I don't know is how good the recording is. I don't know either. Oh, good job, Nicole. That's a great, fantastic radio. That's what I use regularly. FTM 150. Did you get the rasp or no? If not, and that's the good thing about these radios is you can kind of Lego block this thing together. So I'm trying to see. I don't want the rasp version. All right. So if you get the regular FTM 310 or 150, it doesn't matter. The cool thing about these is you can add the Bluetooth module, you can add the FVS2 module, the SPU1. This is what adds the RASP, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, the audio signal processor. So if nothing else, you can always upgrade if you just got the FTM 150, you can upgrade it to the RASP version with just this little board. So you don't have to spend all the money up front. It's literally just this board. You plug it in, and then you all of a sudden have a RASP. Pretty good. Yeah, I suggest a RASP too, Chris. But yeah, so if nothing else, you can always upgrade the R to an ASP version with just this board. That's why I was hesitant, because I didn't know what the difference was. So I was going to get the regular. I was going to Frank. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. You can spend the money on the radio, and then, not everybody's a millionaire. Myself included is not a millionaire. You can always upgrade the radio. You can get the Bluetooth module. You can get the speech module, which is the FVS2. And then you can get the ASP module, which is the SPU-1. And the good thing about DX Engineering for us is it takes exactly 5 business days to ship from DX Engineering. So either way, you're getting a good deal. One of my favorite radios. All right. And then the normal FTM 150. So the regular FTM 150 is $319, and so it's actually cheaper to get the RASP right out the gate. What's it, $50 difference, or math? $60 difference. So, I mean, the what is it? The SPU1. It ends up being the same amount of money, realistically. I'm trying to see which Pokemon I have to sell. Don't sell the Charizard. Don't sell the Charizard. All right, so we covered SSTV. Do we want to go into my Google Drive? I'm sure has anybody in the chat not seen my Google Drive FM satellite sheet? Because if you haven't, I have no problem going into it. Ham math. Yeah. I am not a mather. So for those that are sitting in the chat, Dale, if you're still in there, Paul, if you haven't seen the sheet, I don't mind going in there if you guys want to see it. But in the meantime, so I went through IO86. One thing, screen share. So I just posted this. Hold on, let me get out of screen share first, because I'm pulling up a Facebook and I don't want to. Oh, here we go. So this was amazing. So this guy is going through Tevel 2.3, and he's hearing himself in the downlink. I don't know if you guys can hear that audio. So essentially, all the Tevels were declared dead, and they could not control them. They had no ground station control. 4 hours ago, this guy posts on Facebook that he's getting himself in the downlink at Tevel 2.3. So now I have to add it back to the spreadsheet. Okay, so Dale, here we go. So, and I put the link in the chat. So what I've done is I've created an FM satellite sheet for ease of use of people new to satellites, or just want to have it a good on-hand reference on what, if you're working FM satellites, what you should be plugging into your radio as far as channels, So if you've got your oh my, full duplex radio, so you'll essentially make your memory, your uplink memory, 14, like for ISS, for example, 145.990 with a 67 hertz tone. And then you'll have, for each bird, except for this one, I'll get into SO50 in a minute. Each bird, you'll have AOS quarter of the way through the pass, midway through the pass, 3/4 of the way through the pass, and loss of signal. And you'll just kind of slowly progress through these channels as the pass goes. Now this is all assuming that you don't have something doing automatic Doppler shifting. This is for bare bones FM work. CSV. Let me get the RT systems for the FTM 150. I'll create the CSV and I'll get it to you, Chris. Give me a couple of give me like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So Dale, for the SO50, it's different. You don't always need it because there's always somebody working at SO50, but the difference is you have two uplink frequencies. The first one is a 74.4 hertz tone, and you hold it for 3 seconds to open the voice repeater if you're not getting into the uplink. And then the same thing, AOS quarter, mid, 3/4, LOS. So I've created this sheet, and it's got all the active birds. PO101 hasn't been active in a good 7 months. QMR Kuwait 2 is still in testing phase. They don't activate it very often, but they will. And then I've created the SSTV tab. Arctic Sat will be burning up next week. And then these are all the other active SSTV birds. Just so everybody's aware, UMCA 1 is currently active. So get in there, 437-625, and get those images. And so that's active right now, and as well as ISS. And then I have a new tab for SSDV. Again, I haven't touched this sheet in a while. When's the last update was 17 March. So I have to get in there and really update it and work the SSDV tab. Silversat deorbited. So there's a few off of the latest launch that we'll get into here in a minute that I need to add to the SSDV. And then upcoming FM. Spinny one's already in orbit. This one has SSDV. I need to move it over. Hades Echo 2. Again, this is planned for June on the Transporter 17 rideshare. Same with the FM and EM Momiji. Both are going to be FM birds. Disco 2, I think, is SSTV or SSDV. But anyway, I need to get in there and update this thing. I haven't done a full update. I really just kind of add and subtract as I go. And you'll know when I do a full update when I change this date up here. So again, here I'll share it again into the chat, so you guys have access to that. You're able to download it, print it, save it, do whatever you want to do with it. It's a community effort to keep that thing going. A lot of stuff on X to get news and information and get it updated. So status. So, and Dale, if you're not aware of this as well, this is where you find out if the satellites are active. So you have this sheet. It goes through all the satellites, both linear and FM. And then all these different colors mean a different thing. So what I always do on the weekend is I look at AO123 because it's a fantastic FM bird. And last heard was 21, so 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago, telemetry was heard only. But the blue means it's active, and somebody has reported them hearing it. And to make a report, you go down here. You select your satellite, and then you give a status report based off of this here. And then when you heard it, and they do it in 15-minute blocks, type your call sign, your grid square, and then it will update in here for everybody to see. So if you hear something, everybody can know about it and check this and keep it going. It's a really good sheet. All right, I'm gonna add this poll because it's in my way. All right. I think it would be a great addition to this, but highly valuable for adding new sets and stuff. Yeah, I could put a yeah, that's actually not a bad idea, Chris. Maybe I will do another tab just for CSV, so people can drop it straight into their RT systems. That's actually a great idea. Again, Hades ICM SO125 end of life. Repeater is now active 24/7 until end of life. So be on the lookout for that. Would it have to be another file, or could I just add another tab? I think I can manage it. All right, so on to the bigger news. It would have to be, well, you guys are smarter than me, so I'll take your word for it. I can create another file. That's no problem. And if nothing else, I will create the CSV and just start dropping it in various places. I should get some sort of hub, like a website or something. But anyhow, I'll create a CSV file because I know that you'll want it. Nicole will want it. A few other people will want it. See, that's what I thought. But what I would like to do, rather than export the same file as a CSV, I'd like to tailor it specifically to RT systems. So it's literally a drag and drop. And then you just hit send to radio and it should be good to go. And we'll play around with it that way. All right, so what do we have?
Now we're just waiting for the
Hold
launch
on,
director.
I don't want to play this yet.
There it is. The launch director has given the final go for launch.
No, I want to do this.
Awesome news there. And we'll just sit back and wait for Falcon 9 to launch the CHsT 500-.
No, I want to show this one first. So this SpaceX just tested their V3 Super Heavy boost or rocket. That's really loud.
The final go for launch. So awesome news there. And
So I just thought this was a cool video that I want to show you guys. The beefy Falcon Heavy, Super Heavy. Very cool. I like this view. Craziness. Just the sheer force coming out of that thing. And so I wanted to do this one. So this was just the other day. This is the CHsT 200 CHsT.
So awesome news there. And we'll
500-2.
wait for Falcon 9 to launch the CHsT 500.
And I'll kind of skip ahead
mission
on it. But so this was the ride share. That is the sound of glory. That's not the sound of freedom. That's the sound of glory. So this was the ride share for 45 satellites to include the CHsT 500-2. And because rocket launches never get old for me, you guys are stuck watching it with me.
2, 1. Mission. And liftoff of Falcon 9. Go SpaceX.
Let me know if I need to turn up the audio on it. I just don't want to overdrive my or saturate the stream with just the video.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
We'll fast forward, I think.
T plus 30 seconds into flight, Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off.
Our MECO, stage separation, stage 1 flip, second
And
engine
back
start,
chill.
second engine start or SES1, the boost back burn, and fairing deploy. Main engine cutoff or MECO is where all 9 Merlin 1D engines shut down to slow the vehicle down in preparation for stage separation when the first and second stage separate. The stage 1 flip is when the booster turns itself around. We'll then see the boost back burn of the first stage where the booster engines relight to send the booster back towards LZ4. And in parallel, the MVAC engine on the second stage will light, which will be called out as second
This
engine
never gets
start
old
1
for me.
or SES1.
Yeah,
Now, this
well,
engine
and you know
burn
what too,
lasting several minutes
Chris,
will
is
propel
the
second
camera
stage and
quality
payload to orbit.
for
And
SpaceX
then
versus
finally,
NASA
we will
is
see the payload fairings
a
jettisoned
huge
away from the
difference.
vehicle.
Huge difference.
Now that's a lot of major milestones, and we should see that sequence of events start in just a couple
The
moments.
my only complaint was during the payload deployment, they can never get the right camera view for whichever one is deploying. I think you only get to see like 2 or 3 that I watched.
And back ignition.
There it goes.
Stage 1 boost back startup.
And there we
All good calls so far. Nearing 3 minutes into flight, coming up to fairing separation next.
So we've all seen this before. Head over
Entry burn
here.
set to begin at roughly T plus 6 minutes 13. Flight.
There we go. And then the booster landing. Perfectly, as
Stage 1
always.
landing confirmed.
and fantastic news there. Another successful landing of this
Stage 2
Falcon
has entered terminal guidance.
All right.
on tonight's mission.
All right, so here we go. So again, you'll hear him doing the callouts for
And we've got an awesome view
deployment.
of our payload stack there on your screen. The second stage is currently flying over the eastern side
I know.
of Africa.
that. Yeah, that always amazes me. I mean, that thing's just.
We're about
I think
24
I think
seconds
it's
now
got
away
graphite or
from
something in
the
there.
Deployment of CHsT 500-2.
All right, so CAS 500-2 was confirmed deployment, and then it will get into various different. Hey, Roger. Good morning. We're going through the latest CAS 500-2 rideshare. With they just deployed the CAS 500-2,
Separation confirmed.
and now they're letting go of all the other payloads. There's 45 total on this one.
And there's that confirmation of CAS 500-2
There it
being
goes.
deployed, and it is now on its way. But we still have another 44 payloads
44
to deploy on
payloads.
tonight's mission. Now we have about 15 minutes before our next deployment sequence, so we're going to take
fast
another
forward.
short break.
So Exolaunch was a big partner in this. There goes one. So Exolaunch is the one that created all these deployment tubes, the majority of them, and they're really cool to follow. The good thing about it, so if you follow Exolaunch on X, they give very great updates to who is confirming for a rideshare. So as soon as they get a confirmation of what satellite
One deploy
has
confirmed.
basically finalized their confirmation, they'll post it on X and they'll say, "Hey, this satellite's been confirmed," so you know that it's going up on the next rideshare. So they're very good in that respect. There's one big old one that gets deployed, and it was kind of funny to watch because it just kind of
Link Tower 7
flopped
deploy
out.
confirmed.
A big old, I think it was a 6U or a 12. Yeah, there it goes. Well, I don't know what that is. Is that a 4U? No. 12U. But it's a big old pancake.
Basalt 3 deploy
Basalt 3.
confirmed.
So that's, I think, one of 3 that went up on this.
Expected LOS.
Go ahead.
One of the technologies that includes an edge compute platform from NVIDIA based on their Jetson architecture.
Whoa.
The Jetsons are devices that have a lot of processing power, but are pretty low power draw. And it's interesting to us because a Pelican will generate about a terabyte of data per day. If we can move some of those computations to the satellite, say by training a model to look for aircraft at airports or ships entering a harbor, we might be able to reduce that to a few megabytes and be able to provide it to a customer really quickly.
So our constellations are meant to be
Yes,
synergistic.
but can
so
we...
if we detect a plume in the tanager hyperspectral data, or we notice...
But can we decrypt the signal is the question. That's the question I always have. Can I use this little guy and one of these guys? And I don't even know what band a lot of these are in. You can't see that shit. Here's just one of many. So this is the Sauber Goes, but they have a million different LNAs from New Elec. What other news did I have to give you guys? Oh, let's go over here. So, I hope everybody's as big of a rocket nerd as me. So for you, both Nicole and Bricker, this is where I make all of my Coax. So if you go to abrindustries.com and then you go into, let's see, I always go into CADE, MRD, ham radio tube, or you can go into, where is it? Cable assembly builder. But I go in here because it's just easier and quicker. And the reason why I go in here is amateur radio coax builder color sheaths. This is important when you're running a diplexer or if you just like color. So you go in here. This is why I love ABR. You can pick any type of coax that they offer. So usually I'll go with 316 because it's very skinny and light. In this case, because I'm running a diplexer, I went with the ABR 058 Charlie. So you could anywhere from army green to yellow. The purple is, just for everybody's awareness, is not the purple shown on this site. It's actually this. This is the color of purple that it is. So it's not like a Barney purple. It's a Easter purple, which is kind of disappointing. But be it as it may. So what I've done is I've got one color for 2 meter, one color for 70 centimeter, and then one from the diplexer to my radio. So this is why I like it. You can do what, I mean, let's just say I want 2.5 feet. You can do any length you want, which is huge because it, number one, saves you money, and number two, you get exactly what you want. No, that's not Barney purple. Barney purple is like dark purple. But anyhow, so you can get the cable length, any type of cable length you want, and you know exactly what you're getting, and it's to the T every single time. The cool thing in here is, so you've got different connectors, any kind of connector you would ever want, right? So what I like about this is you find these ones that say TGN. TGN, do I have any that I can show you currently? No. What TGN is it gives you the option to, and I wonder if it will show you. TGN. What TGN is essentially small connectors on the end of each cable. Here. It's small connectors on each end of the cable, so you can. Here it is. I guess it's FME. I apologize. FME. So FME, you can change out the end of the connectors, and it's really handy. And you know what else is really good about this, especially if you're doing an auto installation? This helps to fit through very small holes in your firewall. So you can take off the connector and you can run it through the firewall or through a harness bundle. Very handy. But this is what's so great about this website is you can literally look at everything you want to buy before you buy it. And they've got every connector under the sun. So ABR does a really good job, a really, really good job. They can make you, anything from Coax to different various pin layouts, grounding straps, grounding cables. So if you get that FME, you can get this big old bulky connector on the end off, run it where you want to run it, put the connector back on. It makes it so much easier for installs. That is Fem Purple, Chris. You're absolutely right. That's Fem Purple. But anyway, I just figured I'd show you this, especially for those that haven't seen this. ABR, another reason why I like ABR is it's made in the USA. Chuck and Shannon down at ABR in Texas. Very, very easy to work with. Very responsive. If you have any questions, they're more than happy to help you. Now, keep in mind that they're going to be at Hamvention, so they're going to be a bit busy. But if you get a chance to get some Coax, Chris, I'm talking to you, Bricker. Go over to Chuck and Shannon, and give them your business. They're well deserving of it. They make a great product. And I can't speak enough praises for these guys. And just the quality's awesome. So pick whatever connector you want, blah, 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 blah. So you can have it sweep tested. You can have them add ferrites. And another cool thing that I like is personalized heat shrink tubing marker on each end. And in hindsight, I should have done that. So rather than getting different colors, you can label on the heat shrink which frequency it is. So whether 2 meter, 70 centimeter, or 2 radio, I guess you could say. So you add that, and then you can put whatever you want, and then hit add to cart. So I don't know if you're into, making custom cables, and you don't want to do it yourself. There's a fantastic option. So I highly suggest it. Highly suggest. And I'll show you. Oh, getting old sucks. Here, let me show you what I got. So these are just some of the cables I've built through ABR. These are the 316s. I use 316 a lot for satellite. So this is what I'm saying. This is, as Chris said, Fem Purple. Very well done. So this is what they're talking about when they say, I don't know if you can see that. There. No, come on. So that's the heat shrink title, or whatever you want to call it there. But you can do that, and it comes on either end. And the cool thing is they label, let's see. So they label it already with what coax it is, how long it is, and then you can obviously do your call sign there. And then just various different things. This is what the yellow looks like. I really like the yellow. So just different cables. You can get different connectors. You can get those FMEs. So it's just great stuff. Great stuff. So, highly suggested. Oh, I'm getting. I've actually, because my cervical and thoracic, we'll go 80 meter here. My cervical and thoracic are completely toast. Yes, I have OD green. It's actually in my radio right now. Actually, hold on. Here we go. So yeah, cervical and thoracic are toast, so nothing's been really helping. I got ablation a couple weeks ago, and that made it worse. Then I did injections, which helped out a little bit, but I actually started acupuncture last week, and it's been working miracles. So here's the OD green. Very, very nice. Very well done. Here's what I'm talking about the FME. So take off this big old honking connector. Slide that through wherever you want to fish it through. Put your connector back on. Make sure it's tight. That plastic in there really gives it a good seal, so you don't have to worry about it too much. Just make sure it's tight. Tighten that up, but yeah. So this is the Odie Green. Of course, I always got to get my call sign on there. This is how much? Oh, this is only 25 feet. I told you guys yesterday at the meeting it was 50 feet, Nicole. This is 25, but very small for 25 feet. Then you got the bongo ties. Always have bongo ties. And then when I order from MMP, I try to get as much of this stuff as I can because it's good to wrap cables. So FME, if you're into that, helps out really well, and I recommend it. I can't speak enough praises for ABR. Give them your business, and no, I'm not an affiliate holder or whatever. What bag is that? Oh, you ready? I haven't done anything with it yet. All right. So this is the Romad, the Eberly stock Romad. I haven't done anything with it yet, except no. You want to go this way. So that's where I have this attached, Chris. That's the pass-through for the antenna, and it mounts just like that. The good thing about it is it has multiple zippers on the top, so you can run antennas out or cables. It's a fantastic bag. I just haven't used it yet because I'm too busy. So yeah, that's the Eberly stock Romad. Oddly enough, I actually ordered it on Amazon. Link for that J-pole you had? Sure. Actually, you know who you can order it through? Yeah, we'll show you. I don't know where you... Radio. Yeah, okay. So, again, this is Ham Radio 2.0's website, grapevineamateurradio.com. Now I'll go here. There you go. Now, Nicole, are you asking about the roll-up J-pole I showed you yesterday, or the one I showed you today? The Faraday or the one I showed you yesterday? So, oddly enough, they have both here. So this is the Ed Fong J-pole. He is a wizard antenna master. And he creates that roll-up J-pole that I showed you yesterday, Nicole. And it comes with that extension as well, so keep that in mind. So dual band in PVC, dual band roll-up, 220 GMRS commercial, GMRS MERS. So I go with the dual band roll-up. That's what it looks like when you get it. Again, it has the extension. And it's $59.99. Fairly cheap or fairly inexpensive. It's a fantastic, fantastic antenna. And then the Faraday is what I got in the box. So this is $75. Obviously, I haven't used it. And I believe Chris said it was 2 meter. So I'm curious how this one will work, but I mean, man, these things roll up small. I mean, this one obviously rolls up even smaller. Yeah, Bricker, if you do get a J-pole, go with the Ed Fong first so you have it. I can't give you any recommendation on the Faraday because I haven't used it yet, but I know that the Ed Fong is tried and true. I don't know if you'll be able to get it at Hamvention, but the Ed Fong J-pole is by far the best bug out antenna for 2 meter you can possibly get. But yeah, either or. I mean, I've seen videos of this in action. So, to your discretion, do that. Get whatever one floats your boat. So for Nicole, for this is the antenna these are the antennas that I run, the ZBM2 antennas, and I wouldn't buy it from Jason, not because I don't like Jason, but because I like to support this guy directly. So ZBM2 antennas, copy the foul weather whip. And also that's what's on my truck. So foul weather whip. And again, they kind of use the same sleeve for, come on, you fucking thing. Various different colors. It rolls up nice and tight. Very, very awesome antenna. And you get all sorts of different colors, and you can get all sorts of different frequencies. So currently as it sits, they have haze gray, OD green, black, beige, hunter orange, coyote brown, copperhead, and red. So I'm assuming he's going to be sold out shortly, either soon or shortly thereafter Hamvention. He did have a vehicle kit that I run on my truck. Here it is. So this is what I run on my truck. And the reason why I run on my truck is because my rack's full. This fits between my water tank on my rack and the rear windshield. He does not have any in stock. However, he did say email him if you are interested in getting one of those vehicle kits. This one here, it comes with the suction cup, it comes with the mount, it comes with an NMO foul weather whip, and the grounding cable and the coax. Yeah, Bricker and Nicole. Yeah, Nicole, you definitely should get another HT. You know, there's nothing wrong with Baofeng, but if you want a good HT, get a good HT and go with the foul weather whip. Don't go, if you're gonna get an antenna, don't get like I said, I have, I have this one for you. This is the Nagoya 771. But if you're going to start investing in a radio, don't invest in a Baofeng. Meaning, if you're gonna start upgrading a radio, don't upgrade a Baofeng. Get a and I'll show you. If you don't care about digital mode, I highly suggest this because of where we live. The VX6, it's tri-band, so it went up in price. What the world? It was just $220 yesterday. Just yesterday. Holy mackerel. Anyway, this is the best radio money can buy that is currently on the market for analog specifically. You can put this thing underwater and it will still work. This is my go-to radio. That's why I got rid of my FT5. It's just a fantastic radio. And so it's tri-band, but if you do the Mars mod, which is just taking out a little resistor there, it opens up 6 meters. It's got air band. It's got regular FM radio. It's an awesome radio. So if you're going to spend the money, spend it on a VX6. Highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. So let's go here. Then keep in mind, there's plenty of options for radios, HTs specifically. And it really comes down to what you want and what you want to do. So this Kenwood here is probably what I'll be buying next. Not that it's super rugged or durable, but it has a lot of options. And there's a reason why the price is the way it is. It's a tri-band. It's got D-Star, it's got APRS, it's got GPS, it's got Bluetooth, it's got a CHsT TNC. It's a fantastic, fantastic radio. And no offense to anybody in the chat, I try to stay away from Anytone or BTEC, not because they're bad radios. I just stay away from them. I don't buy into Chinese-made products really that often. These things are awesome. They have a satellite function. They're great. But if I'm going to spend $300 on an HT, it's going to be not an Anytone or a BTEC. ICOM 52A has a lot of whiz bangs and bells. The 50A has a bunch of whiz bangs and bells. Again, if you're just looking for a straight analog radio tri-band, you can turn into a quad band. Get that. So Nicole, this Kenwood is the radio of radios. It does all the things, all of them. But the price tag reflects that. Except it doesn't have a satellite mode. Then you have the basic FT60, $169, a very basic radio. The 4XR, another basic radio. And then you start getting into Alinco, all of the things. This is the radio I just got rid of. This has APRS, Bluetooth, GPS, yada, yada, yada. I got rid of it because I never use it, and I don't like the touch screen. Fantastic radio, though, and it's on sale. This does all the things except for CHsT and C, and it's not tri-band, but it does have C4 FM, which is a lot more popular. And we have a C4 FM repeater that's going to be turned on, and there's also a C4 FM repeater down south. And FT70, this is a good one because it also does digital C4 FM. So just something to think about. Yeah, the Kenwood does do everything very well. What else? Let's see. What are you guys chatting about? Faraday, I think, does 50 watts too. Tiny and mighty is the way to go for go bags. I have everything to make my own Faraday. I wish Radio Waves still made their J-pole. That thing was so tiny. I need an adapter for the bell. Yeah, get another HD. Signal stuff vehicle. I don't buy into the signal stuff. Antennas. I used to have a bunch. They're just if you want a quality antenna that's built for weather, signal stuff isn't it. I've broken too many of the bases on those antennas. They're just kind of a cheapy plastic, but it does support the community if you buy signal stuff. So nothing wrong with that. They're great antennas. Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with those antennas. They're fantastic. I just seem to break them all the time, and they're cheap. And again, a portion of that goes to supporting the community. No, Chris, the FT5 does not have horrible battery life in comparison to the FT70. So just something to think about. The VX6, I maybe charge once a month, maybe. The thing just always charged. I can't explain it. It's a fantastic radio. I don't think there's one negative thing about the VX6. The only thing I wish, much like the VX8, which is no longer available, is I wish it had dual monitor. I wish it had two frequencies on the screen so I could swap between A and B band. That's all. Signal stuff isn't that good. Well, I mean, I've never had a problem with signal stuff. I just think they're mass produced in a cheap way to sell them cheap to the community, and they do pretty well. No problem with it except for that cheap base plastic thing. But the ZBM2, do I have one around here? No. I don't know. I don't know where any of my radios are right now. But the ZBM2 has so when I look at an antenna, I look at where the antenna connects to the connector. And the ZBM2 has that whole kind of ribbed, yes, I said ribbed, kind of base to it. So it's pretty stout. This thing's meant to be out in the wilderness and kind of getting the shit beat out of it. I did get this one. This is the Intellitron, the 1711S, and this is a long antenna. What's this, a 5/8 wave? So that's like the MFJ the MFJ that was discontinued. There it is. This is a great antenna. However, I wouldn't leave it on a radio because it'll likely snap the connector on your radio. Just something fun to have. So yeah, antennas. We went into antennas. Thought we were supposed to be talking about space. What happened, guys? Oh, let's see. All right, so upcoming launches for those that are interested. Again, nextspaceflight.com. They also have an app. You can check previous launches, upcoming launches. Sometimes they give the payloads. So Falcon 9 Block 5. And as a matter of fact, they don't give NRO's proliferated architecture as a reconnaissance satellite constellation. So they're dropping NROL 172 up there for the constellation on that one. No other payload information. Another Falcon 9 Block 5. This is CRS. Resupply service to the ISS. So if you want to watch a good launch that will show docking into the ISS, that's the one to watch. The cool thing, again, about this website is you can, once the live stream goes live, or it drops the link, it will populate in here. And you can do it from your phone, too. And then catch that. The launch is going to be the launch, but watching it dock into the ISS is the cool part. Starlink Group 17 through 37, Starship flight. Here's a big one to look at. This is Saturday at 8:30. So this is going to be a Starship launch. This will be something to watch. This will be version 3 Starship, and it will be launching from Starbase Pad 2. Super heavy booster. So that test that I showed you guys earlier on that ultra heavy or super heavy is going to be attached to the Starship, and it's going to go. So this should be this Saturday. My Saturday, so it should be 6:30 p.m. Friday Eastern Standard Time. So that'll be a good one to watch. All right. Thank you, Bricker, for stopping in. I appreciate the support, brother. Can't thank you enough. Have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll talk to you later, buddy. So Starship is going to be the one to watch, and then the one I'm keeping an eye out on is, where'd it go? Transporter 17. Still no hard date, but still we're still looking at June 2026. So that's going to be a big ride share. That's going to be another one to look out for. So the next general launches to look at is going to be the Starship, probably the Amazon Leo. That'll be a cool one to watch. And then for me, Transporter 17, that's going to be carrying a lot of amateur radio satellite equipped birds up there. So a lot of amateur radio packages on the birds that are going up. And I'll go through this as it gets closer and closer. We'll get a confirmation of what is actually secured on that. So we'll see. Other than that, I think I'm going to wrap up too. I've been going for almost an hour and a half. Unless anybody else has anything in the chat they want me to go through or talk about, we can. I can go through it, but other than that, I don't really have much. Do you guys have anything? I got a lot to do today. Oh, so for those watching, this whole situation back here, I probably won't live stream next weekend because YouTube's going to be inundated with a bunch of people at Hamvention. But that'll give me time. So KAZ Levi had redone his shack with a butcher block bench, so it gave me inspiration to create my own new ham shack bench or desk. So I've been working on that throughout the weekends, but I should almost have it done. I just got to finish the base out of the 3/4 inch pipe. So once that's done and degreased, sanded, painted, all this stuff is going to be moved and removed. So that'll give me next weekend to do that and reset up the ham shack. The reason why I'm going to a butcher block desk is because I have two Alpha 87 Alpha amps, full legal limit amps, and those are about 80 pounds a piece. So I need to make a little more heavy duty of a desk for it. So this whole ham shack will be turned upside down. Hopefully it doesn't affect too much. But hopefully I'll be set up and ready to go. So that'll be the big thing. If I do a live, a live next weekend, it'll probably be a short one just to pop in and say hi. If anything, any big news comes out or anything like that, I'll pop in so you guys will see it. But other than that, I'll say 73 to you guys. I'll do the YouTube thing and say hit the like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything. And I appreciate you all hanging in there with me. Thank you for popping in. And you guys have a great rest of the weekend. And I'll say 73 from Rockets and Radios.